Session 4. We're going to start off talking about lanes. A lane is simply a route between the pickup and the delivery. A load going from Chicago to Atlanta, that's a lane. A lane is described usually when a trucking company runs that lane on a regular basis. When somebody calls and asks if you have a lane, any freight in a certain lane, they're asking if you have regular freight in that lane. Say your customer's giving you freight from um, uh, Pittsburgh to Chicago, and I apologize if I use Chicago a lot. I just think of that city a lot. But Pittsburgh to Chicago, if you have a load going there, if your customer's giving you 2 loads a week going there, that's a lane. So you can actually, on the load boards, you can actually post regular lanes, and trucking companies can post lanes also. They can post that they have a truck, every day in Pittsburgh, wanting to go to Chicago or something. Lanes I want to talk about that are kind of rough, excuse me, are South Florida, below I-10. You're going to have to pay a lot to go down there because there's not a lot of freight coming back out. If you have a load going down to Miami, it's going to have to pay a lot. West Texas, that's an area you're generally going to have to pay a lot for somebody to go to because they're going to have to deadhead back to, say, Dallas or something. Deadhead is when they're running unloaded. They don't like to do that. Trucks don't like to do that. Northeast, there's a lot of freight there, but it's not great paying freight. Typically, you're going to have to pay a truck a little bit more to go to the Northeast because they know they're not going to get great money coming back because there's such an abundance of trucks there. Upper Midwest, Utah, Montana, Idaho, there's just not a lot of freight coming out of there. Maybe some produce and stuff. So if you have a load going to that area, typically the only truck you're going to find is on somebody that is in that area. But like I said, typically if you have a load going to the upper Midwest, you're going to have to put it on a truck that is, their hub state is out of there. Building a customer base. Where to start finding the freight is the most important. Now we're going to get into sales. I'm probably going to stop this session because it's going to take a whole another segment for sales. So this is the end of session 4.